Hello, and welcome back, once again, to Doomed, solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. I said that intro really funny today, or at least I feel so. Welcome back. Ooh, we got the Crosshair. Crosshair, how are you? Welcome. I really enjoy your little Kirby presentational of today's star, the Elder Things. And we're awake, which is great. I will be relying on you, of course, Crosshair, for some of that for some of that pure chaos magic. Welcome to Doomed. As always, we are going to be, well, not as always, but like as often, we are going to be continuing along with our campaign of the Dream Eaters. We have reached scenarios 4A and B, where the gods dwell, and it's not called Bridge Over the River Kwai, it's called like Bridge Too Far, or something totally different. I honestly don't remember what the other one's called. It doesn't matter. Today, we are concluding Luke Robinson, the Dreamer, through the dream side of the campaign. He's come very far in these past weeks, months, even, in Dreamland's time, and he has made his way to Kadath, where the gods dwell. If you're watching this on the VOD, of course, check out down below. I've got a link timestamped to where we will be starting the action. 0 skull plus 1 tentacles. Oh, I'm sorry, tentacles. Excellent, Crosshair. I will, as always, write them down. The thing is, by writing down the vision, I feel like I ruin it. Do you know what I mean? Ugh, I really hope not. I definitely don't need any auto-fails today, that's for sure. So, I should also note, I believe I have a new command floating around. I think it's on a timer? We'll find out. But there you go. I think it's an important detail to note as well. The campaign, the stream is always focused more on the story than it does on the rules. But, of course, if people have either rules minutia or like a general, what is this? Please let me know. I'm very happy to talk about it. I do enjoy this game quite a bit. And we can get into it. What else can I say? Crosshair, is there anything else I normally do in this intro? We're going to be talking a little, we'll do a little recap. Hey, you gotta sleep, I get it. This will be a very exciting conclusion, but it will be available on a VOD. Okay, I think we should just get into it, right? I don't think we want to wait around too long, especially because, if I'm not wrong, we have a little between scenario interlude. Yeah, interlude 3, The Great Ones. Read this interlude if you're playing them both. Wow, you just woke up from a 98,000 year nap. Now, I mean, that is impressive. It said take 1, but I think I took 1,000. Do not read this interlude, blah, blah. Okay, I'm just jumping straight in because we got to do this interlude. Following scenario 3A, the dreamers are on their way to the cold wastes wherein lies unknown Kadath. You are nudged out of a sleepless reverie by a furry forehead. You look down to find the black cat peering up at you. Hey, I see you've made some progress. You're not quite sure if you would call this progress. Though you are finally on your way to the cold wastes, you haven't pinned down the exact location of unknown Kadath, and you have no idea what to expect when you arrive. I should mention, of course, Luke, last time on Doomed, Luke Robinson was able to find his way out of captivity on the dark side of the moon, and through the center of the moon to the light side, where he escaped, found passage on a airship thing? Boat in the air? I don't know. That was taking him to the cold wastes and unknown Kadath. Read the section below that applies to your situation, but none of these apply. If the dreamers grow weaker, if Randolph did not survive the voyage, if you ask for it, none of those apply, so I'm just going to continue. The Corsair Air Courser! Damn, that's good. You ask the black cat if it knows what you'll find in Kadath. Sort of, it answers. I've foreseen your arrival in Kadath for some time now. I've seen a lot of this, in fact. But it's not playing out exactly the same way, or maybe I just didn't see it in the same way. Regardless, I think you're on the right path. Can you all see that? Yeah. After all, it's the only path that's left. I know a little more about what you'll see when you get there, but I'm afraid that if I tell you, you'll see it differently too. Oh, Odin's Odyssey is so much... Oh, it's so good. Don't worry about it. You're doing fine. Get to Kadath. Find the land of the Great Ones. Everything else will fall into place when you arrive, as long as you don't mess this up. These beings that you face, the ones whose names I do not wish to speak, they don't just threaten the Dreamlands, they threaten existence itself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be. Check the campaign log. If the Black Cat has a hunch, it does not. Otherwise, it offers to pass along a message to your companions. Ah, there it is. Okay, either tell your companions about the threats you face. The Black Cat will return to you with aid once this message is delivered. This may put an undue burden on your companions. Hello, Ranty Hedgehog. Welcome to Doomed. Tell your companions that you will be okay. The Black Cat will stay with them. This might make your quest a little more difficult. Okay, I don't have the option to just avoid sending the cat one way or the other. If we recall, the cat has been back and forth from the Dreamlands somehow. It's been bringing aid to... I think it brought aid to Tony, and then it disappeared for a while, and now it's back. What have I been doing lore-wise? Lore-wise, I think Luke was sending this cat to help Tony for the most part. But I'm wondering if now that he's going to his final destination and he doesn't know what to apply, what's going to happen, I'm wondering if Luke would send the Black Cat off with a message of his plight, hoping that it would return to help him, you know? At his core, he's trying to preserve himself. He doesn't know... Well, he knows that Tony's in the underworld. That's not good. I'm not sure what to do. I have to just make a choice. I'm doing it. Tell your companions about the threats you face. The Black Cat will return to you with aid once this message is delivered. Record that the Black Cat spoke of Nyarlathotep. Great name. Here we go. The Black Cat spoke of Nyarlathotep. That's spelling. Nyarlathotep. Aw, it's so cute. Following scenario 3B, a cat's low-pitched wail draws your attention to a web nearby. This is Tony now. When you arrive, you find the Black Cat stuck on a patch of particularly sticky web, wriggling back and forth in a vain attempt to free itself. Even with its sharp claws, it seems to be in trouble. You lean over and pull the cat free, and it leaps from your arms to a rocky platform below, the only thing between the cat and an endless void. It hisses for a moment and then stands tall. Did I ask for your help? Well, you made it below the sea of pitch after all. Oh, lightning spider. Now look around you. See all this webbing? You couldn't miss it even if you tried. You are surrounded on all sides by webs, treacherous pathways across the ether. It is a bridge between your world and the Dreamlands. If it is completed, the two will merge, understand? Unless you want everything to look like that hospital where your friends are sleeping, you have to stop this at all costs. Nothing else matters. Nothing. Check the campaign log. Read each section that applies. If the investigators possess the silver key, they do not. I believe Randolph lost the key. And if the Black Cat is searching for the truth, does not apply either. I remember some of these quotes, and I would know if they were in there. Oh, before I forget, your friends have almost made it to their destination. If everything happens as I have foreseen, they'll be able to free themselves. In the meantime, they wanted me to let you know... The being they face is one with thousands, perhaps an endless number of masks. Nyarlathotep, it is called by some. It is manipulative, deceptive, and cunning. It is probably the thing that trapped them in the Dreamlands to begin with. Why, I have no idea. If you want them to survive, they're probably going to need my help. You'll be okay here on your own, right? The Black Cat doesn't wait for an answer. Without another words, it leaps into the ether below and vanishes. Check both campaign logs. If neither campaign log has the Black Cat is at your side, record the Black Cat is at your side, campaign side A, that's us. Add a tablet, add a Elder Thing token to the Chaos bag for both campaigns. So I'm going to write that, and I have to remember to do that next week. Now, just copying over some stuff here. Now, of course, and that's it. Yeah, great. So, I think overall kind of where we're at, right? Luke ventured into the Dreamlands because of this sort of... Oh, geez, thanks, Crosshair. It's too bad because this object doesn't exist in both of my saved games, which is really annoying. But I will absolutely do that. And then I'll remember to check before I play the next scenario. Because, you know, why on earth would I want to leave out the bad stuff token? Luke ventured into the Dreamlands to try to find out what the sort of issue was, the thing, the presence there that was trying to merge with this reality. Meanwhile, Tony was protecting him, but ended up in the underworld. So, in the Dreamlands, this Nyarlathotep thing, this mask wearer, has been trying to trap people in the Dreamlands, but for what purpose we don't know. Meanwhile, keep the bad stuff token. Exactly, reading. Oh, I will. Don't you worry. On the flip side, Tony found his way to the underworld, where a giant spider-like creature, Atlatnacha, is trying to merge the Dreamlands, the underworld, with the waking world. It's wild. 2 big boss fight question marks coming up. Scenario 4A, where the gods dwell. Check the campaign log. If we traveled to the Cold Wastes, intro 2, that's where we are. The white ship sails effortlessly through the ether. Along the way, it passes under archways of woven shadow, over cerulean seas that glimmer in the moonlight, and through vast swaths of dense mist. Eventually, you reach a continent far to the north, where even your intrepid captain never ventured. Colossal creatures dwell in the deep, dark ocean, a terrible danger to any ship that dares the dreadful seas. The captain moors the flying ship over a desolate landscape of ice and snow. This is your stop. Several moonbeams emerge from the ship's white hull, forming a gangway to the tundra below. That's cool. In the distance, through a haze of snowflakes, you can barely make out the shape of a domed building. Welcome to the accursed Plateau of Leng, the elderly captain says, with only a hint of regret in his voice. You will find no joy or peace here, only death. Please, I must implore you once more to forsake this quest and return to fairer lands. Are you sure this is where you'd like to disembark? You nod. The captain sighs in reply. I see. The white ship shall sail no more to this forsaken place, for it shakes me to my core. You're on your own from here. I bid you farewell and good luck, fellow traveler. You cross over bright, vivid moonbeams down onto the bleak expanse below. You and your companions, Wit and Green, will find and scale the peaks of unknown Kadath, or you will die trying. Oh, Crosshair. Expert is the worst. There's like -6, -8. There's just like, why? Horrible. Okay. A -8 is an autofail token. It just feels worse because there's a number on it and not a symbol. You know what I mean? Okay, put the things into play, blah, blah, blah. We begin play at the Plateau of Leng, and that's it. So, let's have a look at our mapperoo here, and then we'll read our agenda and our act. This is the Plateau of Leng, the icy desert Plateau of Leng, which no healthy folk visit, and whose evil fires are seen at night from afar. Evil fires? It leads to the Cold Wastes, which is next to the Monastery of Leng. The monastery says the door to the Monastery of Leng is sealed shut. You can't enter it. Okay. The Cold Wastes also lead to the Onyx Gates, which then also leads on to the Onyx Castle. The way to the Onyx Castle is hidden. You cannot enter the Onyx Castle. I always love this stuff in games where it's just kind of like, oh, no, that doesn't exist. But you know it does, so you know it's got to do something. Onyx Path, baby! Hey. Agenda 1A. Oh boy. The Eye of Chaos. I see you there, playing with fate like it is all some sort of game. Do you really think you could escape my grasp? What makes you think you are the one in control? 7 Doom. Act 1A. Journey through the Cold Wastes. You have come to the land of Leng, a barren, icy wasteland where you believe the peak of unknown Kadath resides. All the while, a presence taunts you, gnawing at your insides. It is a wordless, derisive voice that you cannot hear, but feel within the confines of your mind. 2 clues to advance, and I'm sure that's all we're going to have to do. On his travels, Luke managed to pick up an incredible artifact, and he's been using his powers. Of course, as we know, he's been using some of his mystical powers to be able to deal with some of the threats in the Dreamlands. But he's managed to find a way to harness his own mystical energies to recharge his gatebox. What I'm getting at here is that I've spent some experience in this past scenario, which we'll see during this scenario. Exactly. Worlds within worlds. I like his robe. He's just wearing a nightgown. So cool. I've spent some experience, which we will definitely see through the scenario. It's maybe a little unusual in terms of what we might be expecting, but I feel like it is warranted in terms of where we're at in the game. He's spent his energies focusing on how to keep his gatebox active. It is his best power, but he also has found another relic, another powerful magical item on his travels through, looking for Kadath, and now he's got it. So we're going to shuffle that up. We've read our agenda and our act. I'm going to save. That's about it, huh? I think we're doing it. Let's get doomed. I'm going to draw my opening hand, and we're going to see what this is all about. Okay, well, that's a weakness. Card draw. Hi, Ripley. I like this. A talisman, perchance? May I interest you in this talisman? Exactly, reading. Okay. Deep knowledge in favor of the moon kind of combo. I don't need any of this, honestly. You know what I want is Witten Green. That's what I want right off the bat. Oh, well, sorry, yeah, crosshair. So I should. Oh, geez, I didn't realize. You don't keep it. Like, you never keep it, right? So, yeah, you draw through to the like, you don't have to choose to mulligan it. It just automatically leaves your hand, and you get a new one, which is so nice. Oh, okay, Ella. I had a cat here the whole time. Bye-bye. And there she goes. But if I mulligan into another weakness, I also don't keep the... Ah! Oh, jeez Louise, Crosshair. That is rough. Woo, boy. Well, this is... Honestly, I mulliganed worse. This bodes very poorly. All right, let's have a looky-see. The Plateau of Leng is a 3-shroud, 1-clue location. There's clues here. It goes somewhere. When an enemy attempts to spawn at an empty location, and there are no empty locations, spawn it here. Great. Cool. All right. Well, 3 intellect means I'm not going to be able to investigate very well. What am I going to do? The segment of Onyx is a new card. I want to show this off before we jump in. This is a little piece of Onyx, because of course we're headed into the Onyx Castle. It's a relic. Costs 1. It's fast. Yeah, hardcore mulligan. Yeah, exactly. It's also myriad, so you can have 3. It says free trigger. If you have 3 copies of Segment of Onyx in play, set them aside. Search your bonded cards for Pendant of the Queen and put it into play. So these 3 segments of Onyx, once they are assembled properly and juiced up, powered up, turn into the Pendant of the Queen. Oh, absolutely not, Crosshair. I would just... Absolutely not. I cannot. Okay. What the heck am I going to do? I need to investigate. I need to get clues. And I'm kind of relying on intellect boosts for that, so that's probably not going to happen. We're going to start by drawing. Luke is gazing across the plateau towards the cold wastes, and he does not know what to expect there, so he is hoping that his companions are right behind him. I'm going to spend my first action to draw a card. I'm sure it's going to be a weakness. Nope, it's fine. Burning the Midnight Oil. second action, I'll play the Hawkeye folding camera. And then you know what? We've got this camera. It's got tons of evidence of the strange things happening in the Dreamlands and on the dark side of the moon, but perhaps we can use it to our advantage. Last action, actually, sorry, fast, I'm going to put down this segment of Onyx because I don't want to lose it for any reason. Luke's got his little pieces of relic that he's managed to assemble, which will hopefully make something exciting for him later. Yeah, last action, we're going to... I don't like it. We're going to investigate straight. Luke begins to trudge across the landscape towards the cold wastes, hoping against hope that there is a shorter path that he can find. I'm just investigating 3 to 3. Doesn't feel very good, but we're doing it anyway. Comb the desert! Whoop! Yeah, see? Okay, that's too bad. I could have committed. Didn't have anything. Sigh. It's alright. So, it's kind of a burp turn, but that's alright. Ooh! This is recharge. I mean, now look at that art. What is that, a skull goblet? Oh, but you didn't even say a -1. Jeez, crosshair. Recharge says, choose a spell or relic, reveal a random chaos token from the chaos bag. If you reveal a bad stuff token, discard it. Otherwise, get 3 charges. So he's at the whims of fate a little bit, but he can focus his energies and recharge his gate box. We're around to the Mythos phase. First out of 7 Doom. It's not looking good because we don't have anything, but let's draw an encounter card. It's the Whispers of Hypnos. Obviously, this is the strange feeling in his mind that he's been sensing is starting to affect him. Exactly. Peril. Choose a skill. For the remainder of the round, each investigator gets -2 to that skill. Agility. I don't think I'm going to need it. Just until the end of the round. Luke slows to a crawl as he tries to make his way further into the plateau. Let's spend our first action drawing again. Thank you very much, Audio Gunner. Audio Gunner, you changed your name, didn't you? It's very nice, actually. And welcome to Doomed. Happy to see you. How are ya? How are ya? We're gonna spend this first action drawing a card. Oh! Okay, so I can tell us right away what happened here. When you put the deck in from Arkham DB, it doesn't know how to put Gatebox on the play, so it just spawns it within the deck. So I'm gonna set that aside, and we're gonna pretend that we drew this instead. It's a Promise of Power. That was good. Okay, well then we'll use this Promise of Power, won't we? I'm gonna try to get this clue. And I drew a gate box. What the hell? I already have a gate box. The gate box your mom says you have at home. Okay, it's a 3 shroud location. Sorry, Crosshair. Can you imagine? I'm just like fully cheating. You can't even commit it for icons. Like, god damn. I am going to investigate this location one more time and commit it a Promise of Power. Luke Robinson is, of course, dedicated to his goal. He knows that he must make his way through to where the gods dwell, to Kadath, wherever that is. I'm adding a curse, and then I am going in 7 to 3 this time. Okay, that feels much better. That's a -1 crosshair. Now, I think the skull is a -1 right now, so we'll take it. So we'll take the clue. We'll charge up the Hawkeye folding camera, which gives us +1 will. And last action, I really just want my good friend Witten Green, but I guess instead I'm going to move into the Cold Wastes. The Cold Waste is a 2-shroud, 1-clue location. After you reveal a bad stuff token while investigating it, take a damage or lose an action. Yuck. This is obviously, the Cold Wastes have these blizzards that happen upon them from time to time. It's the end of my turn. So we go to Upkeep. Discard the Whispers of Hypnos because it's the end of the round. A Hemispheric Map. feels pretty good, frankly. This gives will and intellect, so I actually really might want to put that down. Let me go to 2 Doom out of 7. Draw another encounter card. Oh. It's another copy of Whispers of Hypnos. I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle that up. The whispers continue. They are more present now. The further Luke Robinson moves away from the plateau, away from the rest of the Dreamlands, and the further into the Cold Waste that he goes, the stronger they become. He feels a strange connection to Tony in this moment, somehow knowing deep in his core that Tony has experienced this feeling as well. I'm gonna choose agility again. So we go back to the investigation phase. Okay. Well, shoot, man. Let's play Hemispheric Map. I can't hear you. Psst, psst. Hemispheric Map is, of course, the map that Luke Robinson has been bringing with him this whole time. It does not chart the wastes, but it certainly implies certain directions, at least. It is helping him make sure that he isn't completely lost. While your current location is connected to at least 2 other locations, you get +1 will and +1 book, which is, I'm connected to 3 locations right now, so I will definitely take that bonus, and we're going to investigate again. I have 4 intellect now, so let's do it. I'm just going to investigate fortitude. Ooh, okay, all right. Keep your secrets, Cold Wastes. Luke Robinson is trying again. Fortitude. Okay, that's a skull. Let's have a little looky-loo here. The skull is -X, the number of the current act. So that is a success. However, of course, a blizzard happens upon him all of a sudden. I have to either take a damage or lose an action. I can't lose an action, so I have to take a damage, which feels real bad. But we get the clue. We charge up folding the camera again to go to 5 intellect. I don't know, Crosshair. The skull was on your list, wasn't it? I just choose to think that your visions are just like totally out of order. We'll see a +1 at some point. We'll see a 0 at some point. We'll see a tentacle at some point. Yeah. I'm not going to spend the clues to advance yet because I don't know what it's going to do. And instead, we will proceed to upkeep. Luke Robinson manages to find some shelter in the cold. Right. That's what you meant. Sorry, I must have misspoken. Gunnar, thanks again for the subscription. Much appreciated. The Cold Wastes, of course, Luke is able to take some shelter from the storm there, which is good. He's happy that that's something that he can do. Upkeep draws us a card, Armageddon. Feels nice. We lose the Whispers of Hypnos again. And we go to 3 out of 7 Doom. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like it. I'm not happy. We draw an encounter card. This one's face down. What secrets lie in the Cold Wastes? Ah, it's the Law of Igoroth. Chaos. The standing stones in the Cold Wastes begin to shift and lift and spin on their axes as the world tumbles upside down. You cannot play cards or trigger abilities on player cards with an odd printed resource cost. Okay. Discard a card from your hand with an even printed resource cost to discard this card. So I'm going to put the odd numbered stuff on the left, the even numbered stuff on the right. Anything in play that's odd? No. It's actually not that bad, but I might still choose to discard something from hand to get rid of it because I don't like having these just clogging her up. Move Booth back to the investigation phase. Luke Robinson understands that the standing stones near him are indeed some sort of, if not illusion, then they are some sort of trick of the light. The first thing I'm going to do is spend 2 clues and advance. The Journey Through the Cold Wastes, Act 1B, the Monastery. Traversing the wastes of Leng is no easy task. The cold bites at your skin, and the bitter winds lash against your face. Even if you encounter no nameless monsters, the land itself may still yet claim your life. You try desperately to stay warm, but there's no refuge in the icy desolation. Exhausted, Oh god, you collapse into a nearby snowdrift. To your surprise, you feel hard stone thrust into your ribcage. The pain shocks you out of your enervation, and you brush aside the snow to examine what it hides. Eventually, you uncover a curious stone idol in the shape of a horned creature, which glows and vibrates with faint energy. Uh-oh. In the distance, you hear a stone slab shifting in the snow. Reveal the Monastery of Leng. Spawn the set-aside, High Priest Not To Be Described enemy in the Monastery of Leng. I haven't been reading. It's fine. When you finally reach the domed temple in the snow, you are distraught to find its doors sealed shut with no lock to speak of. Perhaps there is another way inside. Found it! A great domed space where walls were carved in shocking bas-reliefs, and whose center held a gaping circular pit surrounded by 6 malignly stained stone altars and a ring. Oh my god, what the heck are they doing here? What are you doing? It's a 3-shroud 2-clue location. It says, investigators at Monastery of Leng spend a clue as a group to remember that they maneuvered the priest closer. Oh my god. This is the High Priest Not To Be Described. Incredible. The High Priest Not To Be Described, agent of the other gods, is a 5 fight, 3 health, 3 agility enemy. It's monster, cultist, avatar, and elite traded. It's got alert. It's got alert and retaliate, and it is massive. So it's a massive dude here. You shudder to think what this abhorrent priest might be underneath its robes. It cannot make attacks of opportunity. So if I go in there and I'm like investigating or playing cards or whatever, it can't hit me. If this enemy is exhausted, spend a clue to remember that you stunned the priest. Until the end of the scenario, it gets -3 fight. Victory 2. Okay. Yeah, agreed, audio. Nice. Gunner, I'm just gonna call you Gunner. So the monastery, okay, all right. So the monastery is revealed to us. Act 2A, the thing in the robes. Inside the domed structure is a raised dais. Upon it sits a lumpish figure robed in yellow silk. Oh, that's an excellent question, Crosshair. I don't think we do. Upon it sits a lumpish figure robed in yellow silk, a mask covering its face. My master has plans for you, it drawls. Now step forward and receive my gift. You shake your head. You've seen this sort of disguise before. You know what sort of creature this priest truly is. Action. If an investigator maneuvered the priest closer and an investigator stunned the priest, defeat him. Okay. Objective, I see. If the High Priest Not To Be Described is defeated, advance. Okay. So in order to progress, we have to kill this big, beefy High Priest Not To Be Described. I don't like it. Before I do anything else, we will examine where we're at, and then we'll talk story here. We could fight it. It's got 3 health. It's got 5 fight, though. If I get 2 clues, and then spend 1 freely, I maneuver the priest closer, and then if I exhaust it and spend another clue, I stun the priest, and it's defeated. So 2 clues and an evade versus a few fights. We'll see. We shall see. This is actually very interesting. Well, oh yeah, as opposed to using the abilities on it. That's true, eh, Crosshair? Because yeah, the objective is defeat it, so we have to. The question is, do we kill it, or do we maneuver the priest closer and then stun it? Oh, I think that's better anyway, honestly. I think I have a better shot of getting clues. Luke Robinson had found this strange idol in the snow, and venturing into the Monastery of Leng is confronted by this massive thing. It is humanoid. It has its it has robes hiding its figure, but Luke knows better than to trust it. All right. Okay, so it's my turn. I could get rid of Law of Egaroth Chaos. It's not doing anything for me right now. What I really want is your friend and mine, Witten Green. Like, a lot. I can fight. Is 0 even a card? Is 0 even a card? I like it, Crosshair. I like it. 0 is an even number. C'est vrai, c'est vrai. It holds up to, I believe, all the definitions of evenness. Discard a player with an even printed resource to discard this card. Okay. So I can't play cards or trigger abilities on cards with an odd printed resource cost, which doesn't really affect me right now, but we'll see about what's going on. I'll probably discard this Hawkeye folding camera. Well, okay, look, I could fight it, and I could do pretty well. Luke Robinson can play the Spectral Razor at a distance. It'll do 2 damage, right? Does 2 damage. It deals +1 damage, +2 if the enemy is non-elite, but it is elite, so it would do 2 damage, and then I would just have to find a way of doing 1 more damage? Whereas, I don't know, is evasion any better? Oh, you know what I want is my sword cane. That's what I really want. I mean, it's not moving, right? It's not a hunter. It's just chilling in the monastery. I honestly think I'm just gonna first action. I mean, this is wild. I'm discarding the Hawkeye to discard the Chaos. Through a force of will and through a very focused mind state, Luke Robinson is able to remove the Chaos from around him. Second action, I'm going to draw a card. Son of a gun. Wanted that for later. That's okay. Third action, do I draw again? If I draw again, it might be a weakness. Not great. Could also be Witten Green. Or do I just start working on this guy? I don't know how I'm going to evade it. Yeah, we're going to draw again. Looking for something. Recharge. Nothing to recharge. I can use the gate box quite effectively, which is good. Sorry, in the enemy phase, the High Priest Not to Be Described sits on its throne, on its dais, and stares out. Its face is wrapped, its jaw is hanging low, and it holds a scepter made of bone. We move to Upkeep, where I draw a card and gain a resource. These are the cards that I want to find while searching rather than draw. So this is going great. We go to 4 out of 7 Doom. Yeah, this is going great. And we draw an encounter card. Oh my god. What is this? Bone Scepter. This is the Liar with No Face. Obviously, as Luke Robinson has been distracted by the Priest with No Name, behind him, the sound of a deathly rattle and a faceless creature is reaching out within the monastery. This is a 3/4/3. Most cards in hand. Praise on the most cards in hand, sorry. When Liar with No Face attacks you, if you have a Whispering Chaos in your hand, reveal it. It deals +2 damage. What the... This is what we call peak Arkham. Ripley. Classic. Well, this is really like not ideal. I think I just go to the gate box, start like playing cards and stuff. Yeah, maybe that's the plan. Kitty wipe. Yeah, you know what? Luke's gonna hop into his gate box, baby. So this takes us to a magical place called the Dream Gate, the Wondrous Journey. It means that we leave the Liar with No Face behind, and now we're sitting in here wondering what the heck we're gonna do. I can play an event each turn as if I were at a connecting location. So I could play the Spectral Razor and try to hit the High Priest not to be described. This is so bad. This is 4 health? Like, come on, man. Could do 3 damage to it and then hope to draw into something else that'll help. Now, why would I go to the Dream Gate? I don't really mind taking the 2 horror so much. It's good to see everybody here. Thank you so much for joining me on this, what we call, the Scott Humphrey questions his situation in life power hour. We get +1. Oh, no, we don't. We just +1 will, +1 intellect. Okay. He uses his gate box to venture into the Dream Gate to observe the location around him. We have to defeat the High Priest. I need 2 clues, and then I can spend 1 immediately, and then I just have to evade it and spend another. Yeah, exactly. Is that easier? Hitting a single evade and then 2 investigates? Or, no, this is better. This is definitely better. We're going to use our first action here in the gate box to play Spectral Razor. This is, of course, Luke's now signature move that he sort of learned on his first moment in the Dreamlands. He's focusing his own inner energy into a bolt of fire. He sees the horrendous creature down in the monastery, and he is ready to show the light. So I am playing... Let's see how this works here. I am playing Spectral Razor as if I were at a connecting location. So I have to remove a willpower and a intellect because I'm at a location that's no longer connected to 2 other locations. Oh no, it's still connected to 2 other locations. That's fine. Right? And vice versa? Yeah, okay. So Luke Robinson is going to fire this bolt of energy out. It is I'm fighting at 8 to 5. I don't really have anything to commit, so I guess this Favor of the Moon has a combat icon on it. Don't really want to get rid of that. It feels good. Hey, Ripley. Cats. Let's fight 8 to 5. Do we like it? We don't like it. I'm committing Favor of the Moon. 9 to 5. God. Oh, I'm so glad I committed that. The energy that it requires from him is much of the energy that he feels that he has, but the bolt lashes out, streaks down from the sky, and strikes the High Priest not to be described. 2 damage! Not 3 because it's not elite. That's okay. Then, I'm back in the dream box. I'm going to play Armageddon. And then what I'd like to do is go and then use my last action to use Armageddon to kill this guy, but that seems unlikely. So we will use my last action, wildly, to draw. Okay, that's fine. Then, at the end of the investigation phase, the Dream Gate begins to fade from existence as Luke Robinson finds himself faced once again with the liar with no face. I could venture away, but it's going to come and hit me anyway, so I may as well just take it on the chin. Welcome back, Crosshair, to horror, as the creature makes a rattling sound that sounds an awful lot to Luke like the sound of death. Witten Green! Oh, I don't have the resources to pay you anymore. Play you, rather. Oh, she's so cool. Man, where were you before, Witten? This would have been so great. We go to 5 out of 7 Doom. Do you think you're the one in control? No, I don't. Draw an encounter card. It's an... So this is a second liar with no face. Wow. First of all, big wow here. Oh, that is like super bad. I could probably fight one of them and win. And then I don't know what I would do after that. Oh, like, honestly, unbelievable. Yeah, Gunner, I could just restart, right? I think I could just restart. I think that's how this stream's always worked, and I think that's how it goes. Okay. I'm thinking gate box. I'm thinking get in there. I'm thinking beat up the high priest not to be described and call it a day. Well, nice seeing everyone. Well, we're not dead yet. Oh, right, of course. This is the liar with no face. The fibber with no visage. Yay! We're going to use the gate box again. The gate box takes us right back to our favorite place in the world, the Dream Gate. It leaves these guys behind. I honestly think I'm in big trouble. I mean, sorry, I know I'm in big trouble. First action, I'm going to play Deep Knowledge. We're going to have to... Kung Fu Fenris, welcome to Doomed. How you doing? We are bogged down with enemies. We've got a horrible high priest not to be described to destroy. And then beyond that, I do not know. Deep Knowledge is, of course... what Luke is drawing on in this moment. I'm adding 2 curses to the Chaos Bag, and I am drawing 3 cards, hoping that they will do something for me. Actually... Oh, Kung Fu Fenris, that's lovely. You never need to justify it, but also, that's a great reason. If you gotta have a reason, it's a great reason. Good on ya. Okay. Woof. Big oof. So if I get in there, I could nail a single evade, but I don't have the resources to also get the clues. I don't have the time, blah, blah, blah. So I think we're just gonna... I honestly... Wild that this is happening. Luke is the master of the, Luke Robinson's the master of using the logic of the Dreamlands against itself, but in this moment he realizes he has to confront his fears. I'm going to move into the Monastery of Leng, and last action, I'm going to try to defeat this guy by shooting him with arrows. Armageddon. Luke closes his fists together, and he begins to chant. The priest regards him curiously at first, and then perhaps worryingly as the monastery begins to quake and tremble. I am fighting here, so this is a fight action. I'm using willpower, and it does +1 damage. So I'm fighting at 5 to 5. Guess we're committing tokens, huh? Let's commit a recharge to go 7. No need. I'm going to commit Promise of Power. Adds another curse to the Chaos Bag, and we are off to the races. I am fighting at 9 to 5. Ooh, that's a charge on Gatebox. As the building quakes and begins to collapse around him, the power of Luke Robinson's... the power of Luke Robinson's magic explodes the world around him. And we're going to find out what happens to the High Priest as he is defeated. Because I blew him up. Act 2B, A Foul Fate. If you defeated him with damage, read the following. As you strike it down, the creature spits foul curses at you in tongues that can scarcely be described. Its last breath is filled with hate. No matter how it was defeated, also read the following. With the monster dispatched, you can explore its monastery in relative peace, other than the 2 liars with no faces that are right behind you. Along the ruined walls of the stone building, tapestries depict the history of this land, a history of blood and suffering that you have no desire to remember when this is all said and done. Great snow-capped peaks loom over each of these scenes. In just one of them, a castle is woven in black thread. Ooh. Act 3A, Beyond Dreams. You believe that Kadath is the highest peak far to the north, but in order to open the gates leading to that forsaken land, you must prove it exists. If each investigator is at the Onyx Gates and no clues are on it, advance. Well, that's this place. Okay. That was it though. So here comes the pain. Here it comes. It's gonna be really bad. Enemy phase. We're getting 2 liars with no face come in and hit for a total of 4 horror. So we have 4 health left, 3 sanity left. The things that Luke Robinson has seen in this monastery will never, ever leave him behind. I think I'll be able to get out of here at least, which is good, and then we'll figure out what we can do beyond that. Upkeep draws us a card and gains us a resource. It's Randolph Carter! Hey! Hey! How you doing, buddy? Ooh, that soak is looking tasty. So is Witten's, frankly. Oh boy. Okay, well. Back. We go to 6 out of 7 doom. And we draw an encounter card here in the monastery. Abandoned by the gods. Peril. Oh! Ooh! Test will 3. For each point you fail by, you must choose a different number between 0 and 4. Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. All my friends are here to they're just standing there being like, Luke, don't get in front of it. Just dodge, man. Just dodge. For each point you fail by, choose a different number from 0 to 4. Each player must discard each event and asset from their hand with a printed resource cost equal to any of those numbers. Now, obviously, in a multiplayer game, this is disgusting because you can't consult with the rest of your team, so you just... Exactly, Crosshair. I know what's not going to hurt me too bad. And in fact, speaking of which, let's actually just order things by cost to make it easier for myself. Well, interestingly enough, I don't actually want to lose anything. But it's yeah, that's a good point. Do I have 5 willpower? 5 to 3? I could just test it. I could commit a recharge. I'm gonna commit a recharge to be 7 to 3. Abandoned by the gods? Not likely! Pwamp, that's a gate box. Charge! Okay. Okay. Luke understands this place has been abandoned by every sort of creature, left to its fate in the hands of this strange Nyarlathotep that he's heard about, but he doesn't know quite what that means. Investigation phase. Okay. We're getting the hell out of Dodge. So we're using Gatebox. Whee! Which puts us into the gate. Yan Laffy Taffy. Then move, right? So we're leaving the gate box. I can't believe I'm leaving the gate box. To go to the Onyx Gates. Where they dwelt, there must the cold waste lie close, and within it, unknown Kadath and its Onyx Castle for the Great Ones. What the The Onyx Path. The Onyx Gates. As you approach the gates, you notice an inscription in onyx stone. You do not seek the lands beyond, for they do not exist. These gates shall never open, for there is nothing beyond. Okay, it gets +1 shroud, so it has 2 shroud. That's honestly fine. Forced. After fucking Kadath. Yeah, I know, Kung Fu Fenris. But don't worry, Kung Fu Fenris. Luke Robinson's gonna die real soon. After Onyx Gates is revealed, check the campaign log. Remove a clue from it for each tally mark next to evidence of Kadath. So discovering evidence of the gods and evidence of Kadath. makes an easier time here. I have 8 evidence of Kadath. Oh, good on you, Kung Fu Fenris. I'm glad to hear it. Is you and your partner that you were just snugging? Me. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding around. Please forgive me. So I'm removing 8 clues from it. Huzzah! Which leaves 4 clues on it. Boo. And I need to get these clues. So last action. Let's go ahead and get some clues. I'm going to read this. Oh, sick! Horror on the Orient Express. Kung Fu Fenris, that sounds awesome. Sorry, I just like the title. Nice. Let's just investigate. Actually, hang on. I have 4 intellect. This is connected to 2 locations again, so the hemispheric map is on. So I have 5 intellect. 5 to 2. I'll throw in an astounding revelation. Why the hell not? Cultist. Oh. Exactly, Crosshair. I'm not concerned. Reveal another token. If you fail, place a doom on the agenda. It's actually the best time for that. But I succeed, so I'll get a clue. Wait. Hang on. There should be 4 left, right? Because I removed 8 clues. Yeah, and I just got 1. Okay. Ripley, excuse me. Excuse me. Ripley decided to play with some of my technology. Kung Fu Fenris, that is awesome. What kind of vampire would be a Twitch streamer? A Toreador? I'm curious. Let me know. Nosferatu. Okay, we get a clue. In the enemy phase, the liars with no face hunt towards us, which doesn't. I'm very concerned. And we move to Upkeep, where we draw a card and gain a resource. Oh, this is internal injury. Obviously, the injury from his battle right back at the very beginning. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so interesting. I love that, Kung Fu Fenris. Obviously, Luke Robinson's injury from way back at the beginning along the Enchanted Path has come back to harm him. I'm not going to be able to get rid of that this turn. Doesn't feel very good. So we go to 7 out of 7 Doom. Agenda 1B, the Mire of Dreams. Do not try to run now. You are mine. You will never, ever, ever wake up. If it is... Oh, fuck. If it is Act 4... It is not Act 4, so I don't need to read the following. But that does not bode well for me. Agenda 2A, the Shape of Chaos. Why do you fight? Why do you flee? I am your future. I am your fate. Another mask for my collection. Another corpse for me to wear. Yeah, Crosshair. In Changeling the Lost, which is it's a different system, it's a different game, it's got very different themes, which is part of the reason it's not being played right now on Disconcordia, blah, blah. One of the sub-Kith types are called mirror morphs. No, mirror... Shit. Mirror face. Mirror skin, I think. Look it up. I think they're called mirror skins, and they are a kind of Slua-esque creature that can change their appearance. I always thought that was the coolest fucking thing. Okay, draw an encounter card. Mirror skin, thank you very much. Oh, look at this. It's Whispers of Hypnos. I'm going to choose agility. The whispers are even louder now that we are here at the Onyx gates, guarding nothing. There is nothing beyond, it says, even though we know that is true. For sure, Kung Fu Fenris. Yeah, I think it's a question of balance, right? Because in the sense that it's from different games and stuff, and it would be, I imagine, challenging to balance. Here's the thing. Background to us. What I would like to do is get these 3 clues, and then I advance. And maybe I can run from this liar with no face. I don't want to spend 2 resources, but I'm going to. I'm going to spend 2 resources to read the signs. This adds my will to my... Explain. Wait, no, sorry. But, well, sorry, that's what I mean, is that it would require some form of, like, rejigging, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it would be necessarily good or bad. I do think it's a cool sort of... the categorization of the kiths is different, too, right? So, I know they're essentially the same, but, like, there are similarities, rather. Easy! Okay, great! Write it up! I'm kidding, please don't. Only because I know that we wouldn't necessarily be... Oh, cool. Yeah, actually, okay, so then in that case, Kung Fu Fenris, I love it. The idea, for a separate game where instead of thinking, that we're playing this game, so we're having these kiths, instead you would say we're playing Changeling, generally. So here are all these kinds of kiths that are available, and mechanically, your legacies dictate more about your character, which is cool. I think that's very cool. I am going to read the signs here. Luke Robinson is attempting to interpret what the inscription is trying to tell him. Oh, sick. I'm out of music. Okay. We're investigating. I'm adding my willpower to my intellect, so I'm at 11 to 2, but I get 2 clues, which is kind of the key here. Yeah, that's good. So 2 clues. Come on. Second action, I'm just going to investigate straight. 5, 6. Anyway, back to the dying and such. 5, 6 to 2. 6 to 2. Okay. It's not looking too bad. I still have 1 action left. But if each investigator is at the Onyx gates and no clues are on it, oh my god. What the hell is this? Where the gods dwell. Each investigator loses all their clues. Well, you too. Read Scenario Interlude Grand Design in the campaign guide, then advance to Act 4A, Truth and Lies. Are we going to take a break before we read the interlude? It's quite long, yes. That is Kevin. We have returned. Welcome back to Doomed. Solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game. Whoa, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. I'm happy to have you all with us for this, the final scenario of the dream side of the Dream Eaters. Luke Robinson in Where the Gods Dwell. Now, how's it been going so far? Quick little recap. Luke Robinson ventured through the Plateau of Leng to the Cold Wastes, defeated the priest that shall not be named, the priest that cannot be not to be described. Made his way back to the Onyx Gates, where he found enough information to venture through them, presumably, to the Onyx Castle. No man had ever found Kadath in the past, and it might be just as well if none ever found it in the future. Such rumors as were told about that Onyx Castle of the Great Ones were not, by any means, reassuring. So, oh, and I should put a resource on the Hawkeye folding camera. So, what do I want to say here? We are... I think in terms of... I kind of got all my cards in the wrong order, but I think we're progressing. We're moving forward, which is good. Luke Robinson is ready to continue. Kung Fu Fenris, I feel like I was a bit distracted when we were talking about Changeling before and so on, so I'm sorry, because I feel like I wasn't quite as conversational as I usually am. I hope we can continue this conversation off-stream, maybe in the Discord. Arts and crafts. Crosshair, you were untying your shoelaces a couple hours ago. What are you doing with arts and crafts? Let me know in the comments. Let's read Scenario Interlude Grand Design. Higher and higher you scale the mountains far to the north, somehow escaping the things with no faces that were after you. Pale light shines from atop a great black peak, piercing the vibrant firmament, and you know that you approach the end of your quest. Yes, let's do it! You spend untold hours ascending the snow-covered slopes until you finally reach the forbidden steps leading to the castle's great hall. The castle stands astride a precipice that overlooks the entire continent and the ocean beyond. It is a majestic sight. Above, countless tenebrous towers loom, swathed in a vortex of snow and hail. Okay, all right, calm down. You break a trail through the crusted snow before the castle, and it soon gives way to smooth, polished onyx. You're crafting... Hang on, what is this? You're crafting a wall mount from card sleeves so you can put your phone in it when you go to bed? Oh my god, that's such a good idea! Are you gonna cut a little hole in the bottom so you can plug it in? God damn, that's smart. He's furious. The biting wind quiets to a whistle. You are bathed in a prodigious darkness that fills the vast space. Soon there is nothing but the echoing of your footsteps on the onyx floor and the quiet, lonely stillness of the great hall. Though you have crossed no doorway, you realize now where you stand, inside the halls of the Great Ones. You expected to be met by guards, yeah, servants of the gods, or perhaps even those powerful beings themselves, but you are met only by loneliness and foreboding, as chilling as the piercing winds outside. Incredible. Incredible, Crosshair. You continue forward until at last you reach the end of the hall. Here, flanked by smooth onyx pillars, you find nothing. There are no gods here. This place is long abandoned. Virgil is agape. I don't understand. Reveal the Onyx Castle and place each investigator in the Great Hall on its revealed side. Remove each location other than the Great Hall from the game. Bosh. Alright, well, let's have a look at the Onyx Castle. The Great Hall, save for that one tower room, the Onyx Castle atop Kadath was dark, and the Masters were not there. So 3 Shroud 0 clue location, it says choose another investigator at your location, balls, add a hidden card in your hand to their hand. Okay, well, not a thing, but that's okay. But yes, that's correct. We are grouping locations, and we are getting them out of here. Boop. And the liars with no face. Boop. I'm going to put this in the middle here, and we'll see what we do. Check the campaign log. If Randolph survived, proceed to Grand Design 2. You turn to Randolph for answers. He's been your guide through all this madness. Surely he'll know what's going on. Finally, he says, gazing upon the hall with wide eyes, we have reached the halls of the Great Ones, upon whom it is unlawful for mortals to look. We knew it was forbidden, yet here we are, our quest complete. He turns to Virgil. Was it worth it, sir? Have you found the evidence you seek? Virgil takes a step back. What are you on about, Randolph? Was this not your idea? You were the one who led us on this quest to begin with. Randolph smiles and places a hand on Virgil's shoulder. Yes, I am. But I am not Randolph Carter. What? He pulls back his other arm, and before you can react, BS, drives a razor-sharp blade of onyx through Virgil's Gray's chest. Oh my god! Virgil's corpse slides to the polished floor, eyes forever frozen in tragic shock. The being that was never Randolph Carter turns towards you, its shadow shifting into myriad shapes as it stretches across the ground. Behold, its many voices growl, your just reward, your eternal reward. If an investigator's deck contains Randolph Carter, remove him. Well, yeah. You don't get to keep him if he's also evil. God damn it, Randolph. What a piece of... You son of... You betrayed us! Check the campaign log. If the black cat is at your side... It should be, right? Yes, it should be at my side. I'm just gonna go back and check. Yes, record the black cat is at your side. Okay. Ella! That's very funny. Skip to Grand Design 4. All the while, the black cat stays perched on your shoulder, watching with narrow, cold eyes. It is as if it has read this script many times before, only now seen the actors play their parts. I'm sorry, Virgil, it says. Only it isn't. Grand Design 5. The crawling chaos splits into 100,000 shadows and vanishes into the cold, dank air. Oh boy. Randomly choose 1+1 copies of the set-aside Nyarlathotep enemy without looking at them, and shuffle them into the encounter deck. Remove each other copy from the game. I'm going to do these things one at a time. So I'm not choosing. Those are 5 Nyarlathoteps, but I'm putting 2 of them in the encounter deck, and I'm shuffling it. That doesn't sound good. Shuffle the set-aside the Crawling Mist and each set-aside copy of Myriad Forms and Whispering Chaos into the encounter deck, along with the encounter discard pile. Great. So Nyarlathotep is somewhere in that horrible place. Whispering Chaos goes in. The Crawling Mist goes in. Myriad Forms go in. Sweet Jesus. Oh boy. Shuffle the set-aside Forsaken Tower locations and choose 4 at random to put into play. They should surround the Great Hall, 1 in each of the 4 cardinal directions, north, east, south, and west, as in the diagram. Until the end of the scenario, each Forsaken Tower is referred to by its position. The northern tower, the eastern tower, the southern tower, the western tower. Okay. Here's the Forsaken Towers. Yeah, seriously, Crosshair. Actually, that's not a bad idea at all. Vast walls shot up, and there was a glimpse of a great gate through which the voyagers were swept. All was night in the Titan courtyard, and then came the deeper blackness of inmost things as a huge arched portal engulfed the column. So there's actually 6 of them, but I'm putting only 4 into play. North, east, south, shuffle, west. Is that it? Ooh. Act 4A. Truth and Lies. Beware, for I am the one who has trapped you here, and you shall never leave. Your dreams are forever mine. Oh my god! Action. Spend a clue. Look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Draw each of them with the hidden keyword and discard the rest. Hidden is, of course, the keyword that puts stuff in your hand secretly, so that's not good. Objective. Oh my god. Find and expose Nyarlathotep's true form by adding copies of it to the victory display. If 1+1 copies are in the victory display, advance. Find and expose true form by adding copies of it to the victory display. Yeah, do you think Nyarlathotep's just like a regular ass enemy that you just have to beat up? Doesn't seem right. I still have 1 action left. I'm gonna take another resource because I think what I want to do is get Witten into play ASAP. That's what I'm gonna do. And then in the upkeep phase, we draw a card and gain a resource, and I lose Whispers of Hypnos, but I do also take a damage. I took a direct damage from the internal injury. Hey! Astro Boy, welcome to Doomed. Great to have you with us. It's a good question. It's a good question. We are currently being pursued now by the secret elder thing known as Nyarlathotep. We have to find and expose Nyarlathotep's true form by adding copies of it to the victory display. This is the conclusion of the dream side of the Dream Eaters campaign, the Arkham Horror LCG. Good times, horrible times. It's going very poorly, but we're getting there. What was I just doing? That was upkeep, right? So we go to 1 out of 5 Doom. Let me draw an encounter card. Oh, it's hidden. Whispering Chaos, north. This is a peril card. Secretly add this card to your hand. While this card is in your hand, you may activate the ability on the northern tower if you reveal this card from your hand. Okay. If the ability on the Northern Tower resolves successfully, discard this card. If it fails, oh my god, shuffle this card back into the encounter deck. That is so no bueno. 2 actions to discard internal injury. Last action to move. I'm going to go north and see what this Northern Forsaken Tower has to tell me, to see what this special ability thing is that I can use here. This is the Forsaken Tower of Infinite Truth, a classic. It's got a nice little 3D illusion on the ground. It's a 2-shroud, 1-clue location. You cannot use this location's action ability unless another card explicitly allows you to do so, like the one I have in my hand. Action. Evade. Choose and reveal a copy of Nyarlathotep from your hand and attempt to evade it as if it were at your location, using intellect instead of agility. If you succeed, add it to the victory display. If you fail, it attacks you and it goes back to the encounter deck. So if I have a copy of Nyarlathotep in my hand, I can use, oh my god, Whispering Chaos North to attempt to evade it using book instead of agility. Absolutely freaking wild. Okay. We can also spend clues to try to grab cards from the encounter deck. Well, this is the thing, Crosshair. So it's people just, presumably it's just people running around trying to communicate what the hell they're doing with everybody else, but not able to. It's pure chaos, really, is what it is. But not like the super fun kind of chaos, just the confusing kind. Okay. I mean, what the heck? Luke Robinson, having, you know, watched the thing that was Randolph Carter murder Virgil Gray and vanish into the ether, he's obviously concerned because that thing could come back and just try to destroy him or perhaps even warp his mind. But this is why he's here. He's here because he wanted to see the place where the gods dwell, and this is where the gods dwell, except it's been abandoned. Has it been has Nyarlathotep, you could even say it was crawling chaos? Astro Boy coming in with the slam dunk. Bam. Welcome back once again to Doomed. Okay. I imagine Luke Robinson here has, you know, he hasn't exactly quite, what am I trying to say here? He hasn't quite figured out what this Nyarlathotep thing is, but perhaps it accompanied him in the form of Randolph Carter so that it could get back into this place where the gods dwell. Maybe it wasn't allowed, maybe it couldn't find it, and now we've led him straight there. So now we need to destroy it or something. That was the investigation phase. So we go to Upkeep, where I draw a card and gain a resource. This is detached from reality. Put Dreamgate Pointless Reality into play. Move to Dreamgate. Whee! So less good, less good. Dreamgate, detached from reality, is just chilling here. I have to successfully investigate it. It's round 6. At the end of the investigation phase, set it aside out of play, but then I can move somewhere and take 2 horror. So I can just kind of have a little setup turn, I guess. I don't love it. Mythos Phase. Luke Robinson, standing in the Forsaken Tower of Infinite Truth, understands finally the vast magnitude of the task before him. His quest has not come to an end. Perhaps it has never even really begun, and suddenly he is being removed from reality through his gate box and over to the Dream Gate, but he cannot escape. We got a 2 out of 5 Doom, and we draw an encounter card. It's also hidden. Come on, baby! Oh! It's another Whispering Chaos West. I think it says the same thing. You may activate the ability on the Western Tower. If the ability succeeds, discard it. If it fails, shuffle this card back into the encounter deck. Okay. That's, I mean, it's not great, but I'm gonna take my turn to just play some stuff, so I'm pretty thrilled about that. I'm taking a resource, and I'm putting down your friend and mine, Witten Green. Which feels great. Which takes me up to 6 will and 5 intellect, because finally the Hunter of Rare Books is here. Exactly, Crosshair. Now, it sounds like you need the Whispering Chaoses as well, but maybe someone else has one? I don't know. Oh, but you can trade hidden cards, right? In the center, choose another investigator at your location, add a hidden card in your hand to their hand. So you have to somehow be like, does anyone want to go west with me? You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's how you play it? I don't know. So we took a resource, we played Witten Green. I'm going to fast play another segment of Onyx, which takes me to 2. And last action, I can't leave, so I'll just take a resource. And then at the end of the investigation phase, I move him to any revealed location, and I take 2 horror. One of which I'll put on... Nope, they're both going on Witten. Sorry, Witten. Nothing personal, Witten Green. Nothing personal. And we move to the upkeep phase. It is quiet, deadly silent here in Witten. So good to see you. So these are the horrible things I've seen. Share some of the burden with me. The halls of the Onyx Castle are silent. The only sound being the clicking of Luke Robinson's shoes on the onyx-tiled floor. He ventures from room to room, seeking anything that might help him understand what to do. Stirring up trouble? Free clues. Mythos Phase. What a terrible turn. We go to 3 out of 5 doom, and I draw an encounter card. Deeper Slumber. Put it into play in your threat area. Your maximum hand size is reduced by 3, and is checked after each time you draw 1 or more cards. Ugh. That's okay, honestly. This is obviously Luke Robinson in the real world has fallen into a deeper slumber, and he is now an experienced enough dreamer to know that that's what's happening. So he will, in fact, push himself out of it 2 actions. And then with my last action, he will remove himself from this deeper slumber, return to sort of a lighter slumber once again, and venture west into the Forsaken Towers, just to see what the Whispering Chaos West thing does. This is the Forsaken Tower of the Queen of Night. It's got 3 shroud, 1 clue location. Evade. Choose and reveal a copy of Nyarlathotep from your hand and attempt to evade it as if it were at your location. Aha! So this is evade, and this one says evade using intellect, which is like better for me. Now I also revealed a location. This is what I've wanted to do all game. Incredible. I'm going to search the top 9 cards of my deck for a, what is it, a tome or relic, baby? Go west, chaos there. Go west, Nyan's getting near. Try not to die. I can pull out a relic. It's this segment of Onyx. You'll love to see it, because fast. Oh, the little pet shop boys. Fast, I'm going to play the last segment of Onyx. Standing here in the Western Tower. This is the Forsaken Tower of the Queen of Night, and the Onyx segments under Luke's robe begin to glow and pulse with an energy, and they begin to form together into a single circular shape, jet black. Free trigger. If you have 3 copies, set them aside out of play. Search your bonded cards for Pendant of the Queen. This is Pendant of the Queen of nothing at all. Mutated, bonded, uses 3 charges. This is the tastiest story moment I think we've had so far. Of course, venturing in here would allow Luke to activate the Pendant of the Queen, because it's the Chamber of the Queen of the Night. Okay, this is just the best light card. Exhaust Pendant of the Queen, spend a charge, choose a revealed location, and select one. Move to it, discover a clue at it, or automatically evade an enemy at it. It also says if it has no charges, remove it from the game. So I get 3 charges, unless I can get more. Now, I don't think I can evade... I can't evade something that's in my hand because it's not, like, at my location, right? It's in my hand. But I can definitely use it to get some free clues, which I'm not mad at. Ay-yoy. Wild. Do I want to use it right away, actually? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I wonder if I can use... Hang on, Crosshair. I wonder. I bet there is. Where's my skill test timing? I need the skill test timing. Determine the type of skill test. Skill test of that type. Determine the skill test type. And then a type of that test begins. So I would use one of these to activate the ability. The ability says evade. Then there's a free trigger window, and I can absolutely use Pendant of the Queen to automatically evade it. I actually legitimately didn't even... I mean, I didn't know that, obviously. I took this because it's bonkers good. And it... I am sometimes smart. Also, it combos well with recharge. So, okay. Do I use a charge off of it now? Free clue? No, I will use Stirring Up Trouble next turn. Enemy phase. Upkeep phase. We draw a card, we gain a resource. It's our friend Witten Green. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to play out the other Witten Green. We go to 4 out of 5 Doom. I'm not liking the timing on this. And we draw an encounter card. Oh, mother... It's the Liar with No Face. Oh, I thought you were... Oh, no, even here in the place of the damned, the Liar with No Face appears. Oh, shit, actually. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. It says, when Liar with No Face attacks you, if Whispering Chaos is in your hand, reveal it. It deals +2 damage. I have Whispering Chaos in my hand, so this will be 2 damage and 2 horror. Okay, you, sir, are getting your ass kicked. That is what's happening. You cannot stop the gravy train. Thank you very much. All right, let's party. We gotta... Oh, it's Tall Tale Teller with no appearance! Oh, no, of course, Crosshair. As long as you don't mind me being like, you can't do that. Or like, but I'm not gonna do that for the story. As long as you don't mind me doing it. As long as you don't mind. I don't mind. Liar with No Face. Dude, let's fucking party. I am gonna knock this guy out. It's Armageddon! I am... Once again, Luke is channeling his rage, his final form, if you will, to destroy this creature. He is channeling all of the rage and pain and hurt that he feels being separated from Tony, all of the magic and wonder and nightmare of the Dreamlands, and his own powers as well. Spend a charge. Fight. It uses will instead of combat, and it deals +1 damage. I am going to do that. 6 to 3. Oh, that's not good, is it? Minus X. X is the number of the current act. The act is currently 4. Pause. Well, I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to commit something. Oh, I don't want to commit anything. I can evade it, I guess. That's good. Let's attack again. 6 to 3. Hey, that's better. Boop. So that's 2 damage. And now Armageddon is out of charges. It doesn't say it leaves play when it's out of charges. What do I do now? I have 1 action left. I can't afford to take a hit from this guy, so I'm probably just gonna gatebox out. Do I just attempt to evade 3 to 3? Seems like a weird play. I could free evade it with Pendant of the Queen and just start running. Just start running. But then what would I do, right? Sorry, I haven't actually. Oh, I would take the clue off this location with stirring up trouble. Or I would play, actually I'd play my other copy of Armageddon. Yeah, we'll leave the gate box for now. I mean, I don't think this is, no, this is a bad idea. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to attempt to evade it 3-3, just straight, and yeah. Oh, that's a curse, but I've got my Blasphemous Covenant, so I'm actually up 1 right now. Luke Robinson is dodging attacks from this horrible shrouded figure as it reaches out towards him again and again. He stumbles around corners, he rushes down hallways, but it is always immediately behind him. Can he lose it? I am currently 4-3. No. That's okay, because in the enemy phase, I'm going to hit Gatebox. That's what I'm going to do. And we're going to fly away to my favorite place in the whole wide world, the Dream Gate. Which I believe counts for Witten. We talked about this, right? I'm putting a new location into play because it's out of play. I don't think I have any tomes or relics left anyway, so I don't think it actually does anything for me. Yes, I do. Sword Cane. Point. Let me go to Upkeep. Draw a card, gain a resource. Arcane Studies. I'm full. Hand size is full. That's okay. I'm going to play some stuff here. And I'm going to try to kill this frackin' thing. Whew. 5 out of 5 Doom. Oh. Yes. Yes, Crosshair. Ursula, who you of course remember from the Forgotten Age, can take Seeker cards and Relic cards specifically. There's also an ally that says search your top 9 for a Relic and then attach it to her, and it's just free, basically. That's cool. What's her name? Ellie something? Agenda 2B, The Last Dream. Uh-oh. Yes, read on, my puppet. This will be your last dream, your final reprieve. Then I shall take the rest for myself. If it is Act 4, read the following. Place clues on each Forsaken Tower location until it has clues equal to its clue value. That's fine. Nothing's changed, right? Reveal each copy of Nyarlathotep in each investigator's hand. Each investigator who did not reveal a copy of it must either take a damage or a horror. That's fine. I'll take a damage and I'll put it on Witten Green. Sorry, Witten. Ow. For each copy revealed, the investigator must choose. It attacks and is shuffled into the encounter deck, or it attacks 3 times. And is returned to the owner's hand. Wow, I hate it. I hate it so much. Agenda 3A, Chaos Incarnate. I am true chaos. Look not upon my shape, for it is ever-changing. I commanded you to keep reading. Look not upon my face, for it is no face at all. I told you to stop running. Listen not for the truth is a lie. I warned you not to dream. Mine and mine alone. Nobody else can have it. I dared you not to fight. Run then, rabbit, run. There is nothing more. I cherish the chase. Nothing. Nothing. 5 Doom. Let's draw an encounter card. We're in the Dream Gate right now. This is a hidden card. It's called Restless Journey Lies. Secretly add this card to your hand. Lies! You cannot commit more than 1 card to skill tests each round. I don't like that. Discard Restless Journey and test Agility 3. If you fail, place a Doom on the current agenda. Ugh. Well, that's just not happening. Okay. Yeah, that is rough, because I do like to commit cards. Okay. Let's talk. What do we got to do? We're here. I can use a event, but I don't I don't have any events that are particularly useful in this exact second. I could play something. Basically, I could move to the Forsaken Tower and try to hit the Liar with no face one last time. That's my best bet for sure. I could also just walk in and use the Sword Cane. Sword Cane! So good. Oh, boy. Oh, I need to get rid of it so I can start getting clues again. What an absolute nightmare. Yeah. I'm going to play Armageddon. First action. It's time, baby. Second action. Come here, you. We're leaving the Dream Gate. Luke is on the warpath. He is ready to destroy this creature, this liar with no face that has pursued him all the way through Kadath. Last action, we're fighting. I have 6 will. To 3. I can't commit more than 1 card to skill test each round. Oh god, I didn't read that properly. Okay, well, I definitely want Arcane Studies down, but I'm just gonna have to... No, I'm gonna shuffle my deck soon. I'm committing Recharge. That's fine. 8 to 3. Reveal another token. -1. Excellent. The liar with no face is no more. And we're sitting here, sad and lonely. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use if I don't use Pendant of the Queen, like, what am I even doing? I'm going to grab the clue off the Forsaken Tower. North. Let me go enemy Upkeep Phase. We draw a card, we gain a resource. It's Spectral Razor. Am I full again? Yep, full up. Better keep playing cards. We go to 1 out of 5 Doom. I am absolutely slam jammed, and we draw an encounter card. It's Law of Igoroth Discord. You cannot commit cards to skill tests with an odd number of total skill icons on them. That's fine. The whole world on fire! Okay, so clearly this scenario is just about absolutely slamming everything into your face. Your hand, that is. Ah, yoy. Okay. Okay, so I can't commit Sword Cane to tests. That's fine. We are going to play Arcane Studies. Then we are going to investigate. No, we're going to stir up trouble. Boop. Stirring up trouble adds 3 curses, but gets me some clues. Whew, that's a lot of curses. And then last action. Luke is finally ready. He's stirred up enough trouble. He's got this pendant that has been activated by the Tower of the Queen of the Night. He is ready to find Nyarlathotep and destroy it, if he can. He's stirred up some trouble, and now he's ready. So I'm going to spend a clue. What does it do exactly? Look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Oh god. Draw each of those cards with the hidden keyword and discard the rest. Oh, hang on, that's nice. Okay, so this does not have hidden. This is a massive ass monster, but it also doesn't have hidden. Ooh! And Messenger of the Outer Gods. This is a oh, I'm sorry, Revelation. Secretly add Nyarlathotep to your hand. If you speak of this card while it is in your hand and unrevealed, you are driven insane. Victory 2. If I were to have an enemy in play right now, it would be a 3/4/4 Ancient One Elite with like Peril and Hidden and Alert. If you speak of this card while it is in your hand and unrevealed, you are driven insane. Okay. Luke Robinson summons forth all of the courage. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, Luke Robinson steels himself for the journey ahead and then shouts out into the void, searching for something. He feels a presence at the corner of his mind, but he knows not what it is. Upkeep. Draws me a card and gains me a resource. And now I need to discard. Hang on. Upkeep begins. Draw a card and gain a resource. Check hand size. Okay, well, so let's see. I can't discard... Well, let's just do it this way, right? I'm not allowed to discard any of those, so I can only keep 3? Oh my god. I hate to say it, I'm probably never going to play that. Oh god. 2 out of 5. Ooh, and... Is it fast? It's fast, baby! I'm playing Favor of the Moon. Now, Favor of the Moon is how Luke Robinson managed to... he's realized after all this time, spending time on the dark side of the moon and then venturing through the core to the light side, he sort of found himself in this strange mystical relationship with the moon. He's entered into a pact, right? The blasphemous covenant. He knows not with whom he signed it, but now he realizes it is the moon, and its goddess is the person who signed it with him. Okay, so anyway, this is a pact. Fast! Seal up to 3 curses. If there are no tokens on it, discard it. Okay, so you can seal... seal, Team 6. Seal 3 curses. There's still a lot of them in the bag. Ew. But why, Scott? Why would you do that? To get them out of the bag, of course. Also, reaction. When you would reveal a Chaos token from the bag, exhaust Favor of the Moon, resolve a sealed token here, as if it were just revealed, then gain a resource. Crosshair, you'll love the combo, so I'm going to mention it to you. Recharge says, choose a spell or relic, reveal a random Chaos token. If you reveal a bad stuff, discard the chosen asset. Otherwise, add 3 charges to it. You play Recharge, then you use Favor of the Moon. Yeah, right? You resolve the curse token, it goes back in the bag, you gain a resource for your trouble, and Recharge goes off. No bad thing happens. Now, of course, Recharge is gone. And we draw an encounter card. Oh, did I put a Doom on the agenda? No, I did not. Oh, God. Oh, jeez, Louise, I don't have time. Abandoned by the Gods. Oh, yeah, right. Test Will 3. For each point you fail by, choose a different number between 0 and 4. Oh, well, that's okay. That's actually fine. I'm just going to test this on the nose. Yeah, let's just 6 to 3. I don't know. Dokie, there's the tentacles. Choose a different number between 0 and 4. Each player must discard each event and asset equal to any of those chosen numbers. Well, this is a bit lame. I'm going to choose 0, 1, and 4. So nothing happens because I'm a lame-o. That's okay. We are abandoned by the gods, though, and I felt that in that moment. Now, here we are in the Western Tower. Action. Evade. I'm using Whispering Chaos West. Reveal this card from your hand. Why not 2? Yeah, just get rid of the stuff I don't need. Choose and reveal a copy of... Oh, no, hang on. I'm not allowed to talk about it unless it's unrevealed in my hand. So I'm revealing it. I can talk about this Nyarlathotep. Oh, God, the messenger of the outer gods, it's here. If you evade it as if it were at your location. If you succeed, add it to the victory display. Well, I am going to succeed because checks up, Pendant of the Queen, baby. The mists begin to coalesce into the form of something that is monstrous and massive and... I mean, it is chaos incarnate. It is not the King in Yellow kind of chaos. It is nightmares incarnate. But Luke's Pendant of the Queen begins to glow and shake, much like the Monastery did when he was using his powers. And I'm going to evade an enemy at this location. It's as if it were at my location. Yeah, it's evaded. Gone. Boom. Done. It's automatically evaded. What's up? What's up? If this is successful, discard this card. Wowzers. Okay. So now I need the other one. Now I need the other Nyarlathotep. I'm going to... yeah, there's another one in the deck somewhere. So, second action, I'm going to spend this clue and I'm going to look. Because you never know, you might... No, actually, hang on. Hang on, sorry. I'm going to move first. Because if I'm in a place with 4... connections, I get a bunch of stats, which is great. Then I'm going to spend a clue. Back in the Great Hall, Luke Robinson is going to shout out into the darkness, "Coward, come and fight me!" Which is obviously a terrible idea. Acolyte, not hidden. Acolyte, not hidden. What the hell? Whispers of Hypnos, also not hidden. Okay, so I spent a clue to... I'm looking for 1 card out of 22. Math tells me I have a less than 5% chance. And I have a turn. Actually, yeah, I can't. I don't think I can do it anymore. Upkeep comes back around. I draw a card. It's Vantage Point. Okay. Mythos. We put a doom on the thing. I like those odds. Crosshair, give me some luck now. Oh, fucking son of a... This is, oh, frack. The Acolyte goes on an empty location, and there's a doom on it. Balls. Not hidden. Okay. Here's the jam. If I go... I'm thinking of my math here. I imagine these towers have a clue on them each. Go, like, move... Kill the Acolyte, get the clue. That's 3 actions. Then I could free trigger over to the North Tower, but then I would need an action. So... okay. Here's the plan. and it's a stupid plan. Ooh. Go to the Forsaken Tower. Get the clue. Free trigger move. I don't have enough. I don't have nearly enough actions. What I would need to do is get a clue, get to the spend it, get really lucky, so that's at least 2 actions, then also get to the Forsaken Tower and also evade it. That's at least 3 or 4 actions. So, unfortunately, I believe that's it. Now, I don't know if this game ends when I get to 5 doom. I imagine it does. So I imagine Luke Robinson has managed to unveil part of this thing's true form, but not all of it. So instead, I'm going to do my best, right? I'm going to move down south. It's always time. This is the Forsaken Tower of Illusion and Myth. Investigate. This location's shroud is equal to the thing's health. Oh, for this investigation, it's equal to its printed health value. If you succeed, add it to the victory display. Okay. But anyway, what I'm going to do fast is play Vantage Point. Haul ass. Honestly, though, this is the thing, right? Like, the sort of earlier, like, the core and, like, even kind of Dunwich Legacy, like, they're built to be doable if you know what you're doing and you don't kind of, like, durdle around and, like, waste actions playing cards. And, like, if you're, you know, in a card game, who'd have thunk it? You know, if you're doing a thing where you can, run light or compress actions by getting 2 clues at once, or doing multiple damage at once, or like moving multiple times, that sort of thing. It's interesting that what was I going to say? I find it particularly interesting, Crosshair, because that's the thing. At the end of the day, if you want to like win a scenario, you kind of need to know what to do and in what order. If I recall correctly, most of my first agenda out of 3 was spent drawing cards and walking around the cold wastes because I didn't have the cards that I thought I wanted. It's only at the end of the scenario that I got like Arcane Studies and the Pendant of the Queen and like all this. It's too bad. Now that I'm here, I'm going to investigate this location. It has 0 shroud because of vantage point, so I'm just gonna straight investigate it. Yeah, I think that's probably okay. The black cat reminds you it's all a dream. Thanks, black cat. I'll take it. Boop. And then last action, just for funsies, I'm gonna spend that clue, and I'm going to draw the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Dreamer's Curse. The Crawling Mist is also not hidden. Oh! And this is Mysterious Chanting, also not hidden. So I wouldn't have come across it anyway. This scenario feels really bad in solo. I'll just put that out there as well. At the end of the investigation phase, I get kicked back out. I go to the Forbidden Tower of Infinite Truth, where this is no longer active. Then I go enemy phase. Upkeep, we draw a card, we gain a resource. And we go to 5 out of 5 too. Agenda 3B, A Dream Devoured. Enough playing with you. I will have what is owed to me. You think you can simply venture into this land of dreams with no consequence, with impunity, with no spilt blood? Who are you to partake of such fantasy? To intrude on the dreams of others like a parasite, to devour these dreams like they are yours to enjoy. Out with you. I shall rend your mind from your skull as one skins a cat. Look, see, I am cracking open your skull and pouring out your you. And now I am filling it with me. You are no longer. Did you really think there would be any other result? Out with you now. Be gone. Each investigator is defeated and driven insane. Now that is not just take a mental trauma, that is insane. If no resolution was reached because each investigator was defeated, you startle awake, riveted and dazed by the magnitude of the dream that held your attention for so long, and yet when you try to recall any of it, you remember very little. It's all a haze, like distant memories from decades ago. Just the hint of the dream remains. A black castle, a ship sailing through space, a staircase, a black cat. The only thing you remember is a voice in your head, a fundamental truth of the universe that you cannot shake from your memory. It speaks to you, even now, as you tremble under the hospital sheets. Your dreams are mine. In your campaign log, record that Nyarlathotep's invasion has begun. I'll put that down here. Nyarlathotep's invasion has begun! Exclamation point. If you're playing the Dream Quest as a 4-part, you lose. That's fine. If you're playing it as an interconnected campaign, play Scenario 4B, Weaver of the Cosmos. Now, of course, we will not be doing that today. That is Tony Morgan's battle. Reading aloud, I agree. It's a nice bedtime story of a creature of power beyond. Yeah, exactly. Crosshair. Oh, pretty good. A creature of immense power that can reach through minds has consumed Luke Robinson's. I do agree it is a fitting end. I like that he fought to the end. It feels very much last solo campaign I did. Well, last campaign we did as well, Crosshair. But last solo campaign I did is what I'm thinking of. Rita, what was her name? Doesn't matter. Rita made it to the end of well, she made it to before the Black Throne, the place where the Piper of Azathoth lived. And she got down to that one last moment, and it just didn't go her way. This is Luke Robinson attempting, beyond all hope of having the time remaining, to fight this creature. He managed to destroy part of it, but then, of course, it just laughed and snapped its fingers and destroyed him in a heartbeat. So that is that. Huh, it's a bit better than yeeted off a ship into the abyss and as an old god woke. Yep, I tend to agree. Wait, I tend to agree. Now, here's the thing. After scenario 4B, I notice, 4B being Tony Morgan's final scenario, there is an epilogue. Now, I presume that the epilogue is going to be like, you know, if one side is dead, everyone dies. Like, presumably that's what's going to happen, but I don't know. So we're going to have to find out, and I hope y'all can join me for that because it should be next week. I had a blast tonight. Thank you so much for joining me on Doomed. This is yeah. Mr. Hottie. Ooh. That Tony Morgan? The hot dad? Is that what's going on? Actually, Crosshair, if you are able to be present next week, because of course these things happen, I think you're going to enjoy it from what I know of the scenario. Haven't looked at it before, but I believe you're going to love it, actually. So, there's that. Thank you all so much for joining me. I have had a lot of fun. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, we haven't done Daylight Savings yet, but it's coming up. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on RPG Clinic, we are continuing The King's Dilemma. It's a legacy board game. It's politics. We're each playing a noble house, and we are arguing over insane shit. It's wild, and I really like it. It's very simple mechanically, but we're really enjoying ourselves. And then, of course, you can join me on Tuesday evening right here for not more Doomed, but more Dacta. Okay, cool. Good to know, Crosshair. Good to know. I think that's about it. Join us for streams all throughout the week. Join us on Discord if you want to chat about this or anything else. I think it was Reading Aloud posted some rye whiskey earlier. Classic. Which, you know, if you want to keep posting stuff like that, please do. Ood Strimg. Reading, are you okay? I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Oh, God. I think it's impolite to mention someone's stump. Hey, yo, hey, yo. The Council. I'm going to play that vampire game by the makers of the Council, and I'm going to be furious. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you all. Have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves. Drink lots of water. And don't ever go to sleep. Don't ever go to sleep, because that way you can avoid getting eaten in your sleep by a crazy monster. Have a good night.